live on an early bird fucking special. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic. Sorry, that made me laugh. Earth angel. Um, Psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, your messenger of God, first child of God, reincarnated. I am the Lilith. Earth Angel. That's funny. I listened before I went to sleep. There was a video I posted in my community page about Lumen Man, and she was like, they're being haunted. And the whole thing is, you don't mess with an Earth Angel. I don't look like one. He thought he was messing with a demon. He thought he was messing with the goddess of hell. I mean, that's what I am, but once you put, a divine being into the flesh, we become Earth Angels. I'm not a demon, I guess, of the earth, but anyways, I thought that was funny. And again, I had shared that last night. I was like, I think I was talking to fucking Kanye about it, is who I said. I was like, dude, Pac is gonna fucking haunt you forever, dude, and he's capable of causing harm. Until fucking Aleister Crowley starts invoking demons around me to get you, you better know it's Pac getting you. And so this video comes out and was like, your spirit guides are haunting them. I bet they fucking are. I bet it's terrifying too. That shit is, whenever I see the spirit world move in the physical world, even my flesh gets scared. It's a flesh thing. Your flesh is just scared. Anyways, you can't keep up with me because I'm obviously moving pretty fast, but I'm trying to talk my way through a fucking difficult decision here. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I've been in bed since 5 o'clock trying to fight myself. Get up, go to work. No, I ain't going to that stupid job. No, come on, you gotta go. No, I ain't going to that job. Come on, you gotta... I'm just sitting here. It's just awful. Internal battles are totally awful. There's nobody there but you. And you are fighting you. And one part of you is going to win. And it's just awful. It is so awful. I came to the realization yesterday in all my towers that I had to leave this job alone. It's like, you know what you gotta do. Now you just gotta do it. And that's the hard part. Just do it. It's so simple, bro. It really is. All I gotta do is be brave enough to quit. But I don't want to quit. Your spirit, that's like Lewis. It's the Lewis coming out in me. It's like, I don't want to quit. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. My spirit's like, the fuck you can't, bitch. You're gonna be sitting there for 5 hours fucking or 8 hours irritated as fuck. Don't even try this. Don't even go in there. You're going to waste gas. You're going to get in there and end up leaving. Just don't even do it, dude. Just don't even do it. I'm like, no, I could do this. My mind swears it could do some shit that my spirit's telling is not good for it. And that's just, life. And I posted, I was like, can you guys force yourself to do something you don't want to do? How does that look? How do you do it? You just turn your feelings off? You're like, I gotta do this. I mean, there's some shit, like, I'm thinking about, like, going to my daughter's fucking continuation. It's not like I didn't want to. I knew I had to. And that's the difference, is this is, like, I want to, and I don't have to. And that's what I posted, too. It's like, why am I trying to hold on for 2 more days? I'm being greedy. I want 2 more days of paycheck. And that's stupid, too. It's like, I mean, is money worth my happiness? Can I, like, seriously do this? No, not really. Why are you up? Because I'm programmed. I put myself on a program for 2 weeks to wake up at this time, so now I'm gonna have to break this program. Or just keep the program and do something better with my time. You serious? I'm serious, bro. I'm having a hard time. You never will know what this feels like. I mean, you probably have these battles all the time in your own head, but you just lose and do what you don't want to do all the time. I don't want to quit because I feel like I could have done this, but in essence, I know that I have to quit because I can't do it. I can, but the reward isn't as big as the sacrifice. Like, how hard is it to just to sit there and be quiet? Have you met me? I don't shut up. I mean, I sit in silence outside when nobody's around, but when you're there, no. And I told you, there's this trainee that's really obnoxious. She's really obnoxious. There's something wrong with her vagina. She's gonna be in my documentary as that, dude. That's terrible. The things you guys get known for in this story are terrible. Going back to Sophie, I ain't never met a stalker before, bro. I ain't never met a stalker. I'm like, you need to stop that. And then I was like, well, maybe I need to try this out. You want to go for a ride? We'll go stalk somebody together, see how this feels. Let me see what it feels like to be you. That was trippy to me, bro. That was so trippy to me. She's like, I just park in front of his house and I can't stop. I'm like, why? She's like, for hours, I just stand there. I was like, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting to see him? Are you waiting for him to see you? What are you sitting there for? My mind could not understand why she was doing that, dude. I mean, some weirdos, bro. Some fucking weirdos. Oh, man. Well, that's where I'm at. My mind's telling me go, but my body is like, nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. And it's stupid. It's like, not like I have anything better to do. Like, it's just like, you're gonna give this up to do nothing? That's what God be having me do a lot. Let's talk about it. So last night, yesterday, my son called me, my oldest son, on his break. He likes to call me on his break. He's proud of himself. He's always proud to tell me he's got a job because he knows that makes me, I get proud of that type of shit. And we were talking about it. I was like, yeah, I didn't feel good. That's why I didn't answer your call. I was like, dude, this job's making me sick to my stomach. I said, what's wrong, Mom? I was like, I just can't do the job. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, you never got a job that you do it for a couple weeks and you realize I can't do it. He's like, yeah, Mom, I had a couple jobs like that. And I was like, and Mary Jane, she quits him after about 6 weeks too. She can only stick it about 6 weeks, dude. She's gone through a lot of jobs to get her that good job, dude. She went through a lot of fucking home healthcare jobs before she got herself into the hospital. A lot of shit jobs, a lot of changing diapers is what she did to get herself into the hospital. And so, my kids and stuff, they're older, and it's just, it's sometimes you have to have, not friends, they're not my friends, but you need support in your decisions. And, and it goes back to that. It's like, everybody has had these moments where it's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Please don't make me do this. And I'm not this desperate, am I? And that's where the truth is. I'm not. I'm only doing it because my manhood tells me that I got to do the right thing. My manhood, my logic tells me that, logically, as a boss, as a hard worker, as this and that, it's telling me to push through. Just like I would tell my workers, push through. You can push through this. You can push through this. And my mind's telling me go, and my body's like, nah, bro, don't even bother. Why are you going to push through this? And I'm like, for $100? $300 if I can do it for 3 days in a row. And they're like, if you just get to work, you can make $300 somewhere else. You're not helping. All my cards last night said it's over. I told you yesterday that Fortuna was coming in to fucking make us lose. One day you're on top of the world, the next you're at the bottom. Trying to figure out how you got here. How the fuck did this happen? I'll tell you. Perspectives, bro. Perspectives. Vibrations, right? You have a one-track mindset for most of your life. Until you wake up. And then you start seeing things different, and it causes you to act different and make difficult decisions, bro. I mean, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just be you? It's not me anymore. I'm changing. And this is my own thing, and I always like to think that there's somebody in these 400 subscribers that are making these difficult decisions, but I understand how hard it is, and that, most of you are just watching it be done until that day where you will try to take one step. It's like babies, you know what I mean? You can't force them to walk. You can keep trying, but, they're not going to, till they feel brave enough to take those steps, they're just going to hold on to the edges of things so they don't fall. And I get that about you guys. And I'm a baby too when it comes to shit like this. It's a lot of me talking myself through it. Nobody else is going to agree with me about this. That's Morgan. She was so trying to talk me off of this. She's like, no, Nika, no. She don't talk like that. She's a white girl. But she was trying to talk me off the ledge, and that's what it is people don't want you to suffer or make mistakes. And from the outside, it looks like if you do this, this is going to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? Only someone like me can see the silver lining behind the destruction of things, you know, as the goddess of the goddess of destruction, the Kali. It's I know that things can be rebuilt and be better than they were before. You know, but once you're stuck in a foundation, then, you know what I mean, that's just it. There's no ventilation. I'd like a window here. Nope, no window. We're gonna have to break down this wall. I want a view of the beach. What's the wall? Your fears. If I do this, this will happen. I don't have any fears like that, where it's more just pride. That's all it is if you do this, you're gonna look stupid to the world. Most of that is me, is where it is. It's like, I don't have a fear of, you know what I mean, loss. Like, this is, you know, more of it is like the perception of others. And that's what I understand that people deal with. I still have that. It's like, man, everybody's watching me. They're not, they were rooting for me to get this job and get this house and live happily ever after. There were some that were really rooting for this to work. There's most of them that didn't want it to work, and they're very grateful to know that I'm gonna fucking lose this. But that's what they think, is it's like they're losing. No, they don't see the battle. That I can sacrifice something that you think is good for something, for the unknown that I know is better. You know, there's you know, these haters that are like, yeah, she's fucking up her life again. I'm not fucking it up. God is, and he's not fucking it up. He's making it better. You don't understand the healing process. It just looks like everything's going wrong because you can't see what's, you know, because you're just doing what feels right. And these kind of internal battles, like I said, you don't have. Your brain wins every time. You do what your brain tells you. And you stomach your fucking feelings and, you know, whatever your happiness is and whatever it takes to go do the right thing. That's that apple that got you kicked out of heaven. You know what I mean? The knowledge of right and wrong, but you're not doing what's right. You just think it's the right thing to do. And by doing what you think is right, you get all this power, you think. You know what I mean? You have the right. That's what that is. So, it's a bitch. It's a bitch. And that's it. It's like, I wanted to say capable of willing, but that's what it's not, what I'm not. I'm not capable of sitting there for 7-8 hours playing cool, learning shit that I'm not going to use for past the next 2 days. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Why gain experience if I'm ending it? Why keep doing it anymore? And that's the thing. Why do you want to do it again? For some more money? I'm just being greedy. There's no reason to do anything out of lack. It's not even lack, it's greed. I already have money coming. At the end of the week, I get my first paycheck. So it's not even, you know what I mean? It's just being greedy. I have enough, you know, I have something coming, but I want more. And am I willing to, you know, sacrifice my peace for more? And most of you guys would be like, yeah, you're out there for those coins, bro. You'll do whatever it takes to stack your chips, bro, to get your bag. You'll shut up and you'll act right, bro. You got that act right in you to get what you want out of life. That's why I gotta be a manifester. I can't act right. I gotta think, I gotta do right. And that's the difference. I don't act, I do. It's a show, you know what I mean? You guys put on a show. You'll fake it till you make it. I can't fake it. And I'm not gonna make it faking it. It's just better to be you, to be able to be you. So that's it. I just have to make it through these difficult, you know, to this difficult thing, and just inevitably I gotta send that text. Isn't it cool that we can do it by text message? And both of my DMs are off on the weekend. So all I gotta do is send a text message to my trainer and say I quit. It's like, damn, it's real simple. And after you hit send, it's over. There's no going back. There's no going back. That's not true. On Monday, the DMs will call me and say, is there something we can talk about? And then I have to have that difficult conversation. Or just not answer the phone. which is running from the truth. In essence, I have some really great managers that would probably want to accommodate to me, right? But once you've wrapped your mind, or once you know the truth, it's like you can't unknow it. I know this isn't, I know why I was doing this, and I know that the why wasn't right. I'm only doing this to get a house. I'm not doing this because I like the job. I mean, I like the job in the sense of it was busy and it kept me going, but it's not enough. And it's not, I don't, got it all fucked up, bro. In essence, I don't know. You gotta figure every single person that starts that job and they offer housing to is gonna stick it out with that intention. Yeah, I'm gonna get free housing. This is great for me. Okay, but when I came in, they've got 4 property, units available. Meaning that means a lot of people haven't haven't made it to that point, and that's because they get burned out by it. And ultimately, it's like, if you took away, and that's where you got to look at everything. If I took away the problem of this district and just, with my training, said, all right, could you do this in another district? Now that I know what we're dealing with, what the job entails, I don't think so. It's not so much the job, it's the people. The people at the properties, the residents. You know what I mean? That's what makes it difficult. And then I think about, like, the Camdens. What are the Camdens? They're these prissy condos for young business types. They're in, I guess, I'm trying to think, like, I guess when you would say the Hamptons, I guess, you would see that as like these condos. They're like apartments for, you know what I mean, up and coming business types. You think about them, it's like, it'd be cool to be a manager of, like, the Camdens or something. But you don't want to be a manager of the fucking P's. What's the P's? Like, project homes? They're not projects, but I'm just saying, it's like, you don't want... it's just all triggering, bro. God gave me a challenge, and I thought, I don't know, you always want it to be more than it is. It's like, oh, God gave me a blessing. No, you gave me a fucking challenge. This is fucked up. And in essence, it's like, damn, 2 weeks, bitch? No, actually, I didn't even make it 2 weeks. After a week, I knew this job was shit. It's just weird to me. Going back to my 20-year-old kids, it's like, if the job isn't good for you, then quit it and go find another one. But at my age, it's like, it's a double standard. It's like, no, I can't do what I say. I can't practice what I preach in that way. Why? I don't know. It just feels like it's my own freaking, and that's what I want to teach you, is like, nobody tells me nothing, bro. It's all inside. It's my mind fighting my heart, telling me what's right and wrong, and making... Uh-oh, what? Hold on. Making me feel bad. My daughter just sent me a message, like, it's way too early. Maybe she knows where I am. Where's the sock that she's taking a bath? I don't know. Hold on a second. What the fuck is she doing at 7:30 in the morning? She got a date or something? Maybe she thinks I'm going to work and she's got a plan. Maybe that's why my spirit's like, bitch, don't go to work today. Oh, God. And then there's that. My daughter has some internet boyfriend. And I'm like, it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. I mean, my son talked me down off the ledge, but I'm like, you can't be you don't even know this person. A lot of people meet people on the internet, dude. And so I'm trying to calm myself down. Hold on. Dude, she's pissing me off here. Fucking chick. Anyway, so I'm like, I found this messages from this dude. He was messaging her in the middle of the night. And it's just like, just getting on my nerves. I was like, dude, no. It's like, if this was your brother, and he was, he met somebody on the fucking internet and was having inappropriate conversations, they're not inappropriate. It was just like something, I don't know. I'm not gonna disclose her personal information, but it was just stupid. It was a teenager talking to my teenage daughter. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Nah, bro. Stop talking to my daughter. stopped. I just pulled daddy move on her real fast, bro. And took her phone. I was like, you're not talking to that dude. And this and that and the other. And I'm like, and my son's like, made a big joke about it. I love my kids, dude, I swear. And I was like, alright, I guess, whatever. But anyways, like, she made some freaking boyfriend on the internet that lives a couple states away, and, you know, they're talking about, you know, I can't wait to see you, and imagine what our babies would look like. What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about, bro? Who is this guy? And then we started laughing. What did my son say? Have you guys ever seen Ready Player One? So the player, the avatar, he's really attracted to another player. He's like, it could be some dude that lives in his mother's basement named Chuck, right? And that's what my son said and had me laugh. Because that's the truth. This could be some 40-year-old man that's fucking, you know what I mean, that's out here fucking catfishing you on the internet, trying to fucking pick you up one day and take you far away and fucking rape you. It's kind of, you know, my extreme version of this. That's where I was going at, and so my son makes a joke out of it. Like, it's Chuck living in his mother's basement. And I was like, I know, that's my biggest fear. And it's not true because she calls him and he's always trying to say, my boyfriend says hi. I'm like, I don't care. She gets mad because I won't say hi back to this boy. But his voice is on the phone and he doesn't sound like a 40-year-old man. I'm not saying he's not living in his mother's home at whatever age he is. I don't know. I'm just like, what the fuck are you up to at 7:30 in the morning, girl? On the other hand, I made the whole family go to sleep early last night. I took everybody's phones. I was like, we're all going to bed. Just go to bed. So it could be that. I don't know what she's up to. And maybe that's why the spirit's like, bitch, you better not go to work today. She's up to no good. My poor kids, they can't get away with anything. It's not like I really know. It's just the spirit knows what they're up to. I don't never know nothing, really. I just get a feeling. I'm like, something's wrong. And they know I know. They think I know every detail because I'm psychic. I don't know. My spirit's telling me that something's... People hate that. They swear I know every detail. I don't know. I just got a feeling that tells me something's off. I don't really want to know. And that's what I said about Pac. Don't fucking tell me shit, bro. I hate knowing. It's that knowing that makes you act. That's what's got me fucked up right now. I was in la 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 land, you know, all fucking living in the future, not realizing my present situation really sucks. The truth. Ugh, the truth shall set you free. No, the fucking truth makes you free yourself from some bullshit. That's what it is. I know you guys think I know everything, like all the details. I really don't. I don't know shit about you until I get near you. And then the details start coming out. Not even fully. I have no idea why fucking Kanye West was at fucking P. Diddy's fucking court date. I don't want to know. If I think about it, they'll tell me, and I don't want to know because it's not good. He was not there for any good reason. And that's where I beg not to know some shit. But once you know, you know. And that's where it is. You know that this day is going to suck if you go. They already showed me. They showed me how slow it'll go, how long it'll go, how irritated I will be. They showed me the fucking coworkers, how they're gonna bother me. I was like, fuck, you're really fucking up my day, bro. And it's a shorter day. I was thinking, oh, I'll get off at 5, an hour early. This will be easy breezy. They're like, no, it won't. I'm just laying there in bed. They're all playing out the day, how terrible it'll be. Like, oh, man. Damn. And then plus, they want to talk and shit, and I'll have to talk about it. And the more I talk about it, the more angry I'll get. So that's why they're like, don't even bother. So I'm just sitting here waiting, you know, weaning down the fucking clock time until I fucking make that decision. And then it's in your instincts, right? I always tell people, don't quit a job and go look for a job right away. Sit in the nothing for a minute. And that's where it is. It's like, if I quit this, I'm going to have to get a job. Or I have to get on the internet and go find me another job. What is that? Patterning. Programming. What you're taught. You do what you're told. I was told to do this. I told myself. I tell others. You know what I mean? Back in the day. And that's where it's reprogramming. You know what I mean? Even down to my kids, you know? It's like, my work habits, I forced onto my kids. Meanwhile, this is bothering me. I just have to point this out too. So my son, he's a lollygagger, and he knows everything, tells everything. So he was telling me, I gave so much money for Mary for rent, and Mary's doing this, and we're doing this. He just tells me everything. And he said something about his dad. And I was like, your dad lives with you guys? He's like, well, I guess so. He's like, there's an extra bed in my room, and he sleeps on it. So yeah, I guess so. And I could hear him, and I was like, and it bothered me. So let's talk about that too. Why? God's just bothering me. Your first baby daddy's there? Yeah, I hear him sometimes. I hear him. Sometimes he'll say hi too. And he doesn't just say hi. He'll say, tell the love of my life I said hi. Shut up. Don't call me that. Tell her. He'll always say some shit. Tell your mother I said hi. Don't. Tell me that you're even there. All the time he does that shit. Anyways, I didn't know he was living with them. And you sit back and you're like, ugh, you're such a douchebag. He's my age. His birthday is 2 days before mine, November 28th. You fucking 42-year-old ass is living off my 20-year-old kids and her boyfriend. In the essence, I sit back and I'm like, they're a happy family, bro. Again, it goes back to it. It's like, I'm the problem. Houston, we have a problem. I'm the problem, bro. They're cool. Like, my son loves having his dad around, and so does my daughter. They love being around their deadbeat dad. He's a douchebag. He's not a bad guy. He's just a deadbeat. That's all. He's just a deadbeat, really. And I'm just like, man, it must be nice to just lay around and have your kids take care of you. Jeez. I mean, my daughter always says that. When you're old, I'm going to take care of you, Mom. It's funny to me. Fuck. That bothered me. It's like, oh, you're still alive. You're still around. That's where you just gotta stand back. It's like, oh, they got their dad. They're good. They're good. And then you look at them. It's like they're not good. They're gonna have to take care of him. That's so sad. They love their dad. They don't care. You're like, they're a family unit. And that's that Mexican shit, bro. They got that good shit, dude, where they just, be, together as family and shit like that. I don't know. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Obviously, I'm not okay with this. But I'm not you. I'm not incompetent. I went to go try to stay with my daughter for a little bit during my awakening because everything was crazy and I just needed a place to go. And she wasn't even having it. Why? Because I'm a problem. I'm going to tell you how you're living your life wrong and how to do it better. Haven't you realized that about me? I did that before I was spiritual. And I didn't do it kindly when I wasn't spiritual. That's what made it difficult. I'm always that person. What was that card that we pulled last week? I think it was the King. It was was it the King of Swords? It was one of them. No, it's a Knight. Where it's like I feel like it's my job, my duty, my superiority makes me have to tell you. Oh man, guys. Well, that's it. I'm just sitting here being a weenie, fighting the inevitable. If I get over it, I could enjoy the rest of my day. Until I face this, I'm not going to enjoy myself. It'll keep hovering over me. Even if I force myself to work, I make it through today, it'll still be hovering over me. And I'll have to do the same battle tomorrow. Same battle on Monday. They took away my Tuesday. I was supposed to have Tuesday off, but they scheduled me to redo my thing. So I was like, this is just an internal battle. And the question is, why are you fighting for it? It's not what you do, it's why you do it that you can start to work with. Some of it, though, you need to realize, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And that's the patterning, bro. That's it there, and it's like you're not walking away from a job because there's something, because of something that's bad with you. You're walking away for good reasons. That blows. It really blows. When you tell people that that you got things under control, and then you got to turn around and be like, made you look. God gaveth, but he told me, imagine, this is just one. I have to make these decisions all the time. Going back to my job, my car, my job, my house. God asks me, he shows me this is the right thing to do. It don't feel right. This is wrong. Everyone's going to judge me. I don't know what's going to happen if I do this. That is what the dark night of the soul, guys. That's part of it. It's literally the process that you have to accept. And again, someone that's done it like me so many times, over the years, it's still hard. It's just a different battle. It's the same battle over and over in different areas of your life. What it is detachment, letting go, and trust and faith. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's trust and faith that you're doing the right thing and everything will be all right. And in times like this, you run to people. You run to somebody to make you feel all right about the decisions you're making. You're trying to look for confirmation and guidance from those around you. But those around me know that, would not agree with me. And that's what happened with Morgan. She didn't agree with me. And, people will not agree with you because they don't see it the way you see it. Mr. Plum, if I call him and talk to him, he will support my decision. He's very good about that. He's very good about, when I tell him the truth and I weigh it out, he will sit there and he'll weigh it out with me, but he'll also support, my decision. And it's good to have somebody that supports you when you're not sure of yourself. And that's why we go to people, because we're unsure about what we're about to do as a child. And that comes from childhood trauma. I don't want to make a mistake, because every time I make a mistake, it blows up in my face and people are not pleased with me. So you're afraid to make decisions for yourself. You know what I mean? You're afraid to make the wrong decision. And I said that last night. It's like, I'm not making the wrong decision, but if there is ever a time that I ever do, God's there. He'll fix it. It's what he does. He fixes things. We fuck it up and he fixes it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is he's trying to get me to, to fuck this up so he can fix something better up. He can whip something up, something better for me. What I've given him to work with, and that's what I used to tell my brother, you're not giving God anything to work with. You know what I mean? And that's what they call creating space. You have to give him an area of your life to work with, where you're not doing anything about it, but it needs to be done. And you're asking him to do something. In essence, you're asking him to show you what to do. Instead of running to others, you run to God. And that's why it's important. It's like, if after quitting this job, I got to sit with him, because I know what my mind is saying. I know that the King Super job was just a carrot. You know what I mean? That's what came in my Cali card. Cali's going to wave a carrot to, to get you out. And that's what it is. It's like, it's a reminder. There's plenty of jobs out there that pay better. You know what I mean? This isn't the end. And that's what it is you got to start reaffirming yourself, believing in possibilities. It doesn't mean you lock onto one. You just start opening yourself up to all these possibilities, which is opening up your flow. You know what I mean? I could do this, and I can 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 do this. And this universe is hearing your I cans. You know what I mean? And it's going to give you something you can do. When you're in an I can attitude, then, you can. But when you're looking like, oh, I don't know, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that, you're closing yourself off to possibilities. You're telling yourself you can't. You're telling the universe you can't. And it's really not you, it's your brain. Because you can do anything. God, who gives you strength, you really can. If you've got the right willpower and you can get past the fear of your mind, you can do anything. You know what I mean? That's where I'm fighting right here. I don't have the willpower to do this. I can't force myself to do what my mind says that I need to do. And that's where you're at a crossroad. Who's in control now? My brain, that's just trying to make things all right, that's trying to have control, or my heart, that's trying to make things all right and make sure that that I am at peace. Doing anything that you're not at peace with it's not, doing shit just to do it and not being pleased with it is not good. You know, I pushed my whole life through 39 years of I'm not pleased with it. I mean, it looked good on paper, but I was sick and I wasn't happy and I was detached and I went through a lot of torture just trying to do the right thing, being right by my kids, being right by my jobs, doing the right thing by men, being, but the right thing by family. All of that was wrong. How do you know it was wrong? Because I didn't feel right. If my life was so good, then how come I was so sick? You know what I mean? I was so detached, I wasn't even alive. I had to turn off myself just to make it through life. Turn off all of my, feelings and create this altered ego in my mind to push through life. That part of my brain isn't there anymore where I could just, be a fucking, on autopilot. Just do as I'm told, just walk through life asleep. I can't do it anymore. I'm fully awake. I can't physically force myself to do something that I know isn't right for me. And that's what, I used the Bobby story last night as an example. All it was fear of my mind of what would happen, but and that's where it is like your fears. You won't do what feels right because you're afraid. It didn't look right again, but if everything, fighting that fear and doing, seeing him brought me healing and understanding, and it brought closure, So I just wanted to kind of walk you through this because it's Saturn Day. I always believe that somebody's there, but if not, as I record these and the documentary comes out, it's like people will understand this later, even if you don't understand it now. It might take you a while to start making these decisions, start walking in these teachings. But I need to teach you what it really feels like. That's what makes it so great. That's what my documentary is about, is I don't just tell you, I show you, bro. People say that, the enlightening process is all love and light and shit, and it's like, no way. This is such dark, hard work. You find you have so much love for you, and it brings so much light to you while you're doing this dark work. I just got to download. We got a brand new book by Carl Jung about, I don't know, really, it's symbols and shit. I think it has to do with, visions and stuff, but we're going to dive into that today. I also didn't get to the wands, which is willpower, and we're going to have to use a lot of our willpower now. So I'm going to start that too today. I'm gonna turn on some music and wrap my head around this, and then go up and do the deed, call into work, and then we'll start some teachings. We'll start our new journey. Like, damn, bitch. Yeah, bro. You have to be with me for a long time to see me do these type of things. And I just show you it's simple. But the battle inside is not easy. It's simple. It's super simple, bro. You can see what you need to do. It's simple what you need to do, but it's the battle in your mind that makes this very difficult. Walking away, letting go of things, it's difficult because your mind is attached to it. And you're literally letting go for nothing. Just the hope that there's something better. And that's where all that faith comes in, the hope and faith. But if you're walking in hope and faith, you don't get let down. Walking in desperation and greed and fear will always let you down. You're always afraid you'll regret your decisions. But when you're walking in this type of shit, you don't regret it. There's a couple of days where it doesn't feel good, that darkness doesn't feel good, but you won't regret making changes in your life. I promise you that. You'll regret not being brave enough to do it sooner after the fact. Why didn't I do this sooner? And you're brave. You're not proud, you're pleased that you were brave enough to do some shit you never could do before. And, like, this isn't a new battle. I've had to do this before. it gets a little, I can't say easier. You get, I don't know what the word is. It's never easy. You get better at the battle. The battle isn't so, isn't so painful. Sometimes it really just hurts. It's like God gets you, he gets you wrapped up in something, and then he tells you to completely walk away from it. And you're completely attached to it. Emotionally, you're attached to an outcome because you got all entangled in it. You gave it your energy, you gave it your thoughts, you gave it your, you know what I mean, your hopes. And then all of a sudden he says, just let go and walk away. And it's a mourning for sure. It's a grievance. It kills, bro. It kills a part of you. A part of you dies when you let go because you had given that part of yourself to this person, place, or thing. And you have to detach to put that part back inside of you. It hurts. So I needed to talk my way through it, and I got my way through it, and now I gotta see what the fuck my daughter's up to. She's up to no good. I just don't know why she's taking a shower first thing in the morning. Maybe she started a period or something. I don't know. She usually just doesn't jump up and do shit like this, so we gotta see what's going on. With that being said, I don't know. We're gonna have to sit in nature on a day like this. We're gonna have to ground ourselves. Stay grounded and see what comes next. What comes next? And that's it too. Stay in the here and now. Don't look to the future. Just enjoy the freedom of today. Something simple. Take it nice and slow. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just enjoy today. You don't have work today. That's all you got to, one day at a time. And sometimes not even that. It's like a couple hours. You got to really baby step yourself through some of these hard decisions. You know what I mean? When you walk away from a person, that person is all, that is all over you. You're going to have to take it real slow. A couple minutes at a time. Try not to think about them. Try not to cry. You're just trying to make it through with the time. It's a process for sure. Letting go is a very difficult process. And you can't force it. You know what I mean? You'll be okay about it 1 minute, and then you'll be really upset about it the next minute. Then you'll be angry, then you'll be, it's a lot of emotions. Dark night of the soul. Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. What the fuck, God? The best thing that's going on right now is I have air conditioning. That's all I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for such the little things. I'm just grateful that the air is blowing in my room. I'm grateful for the food that I have. I'm grateful for the day. That's it. Just be grateful. Always grateful. With that being said, hey, I love you guys. I hope you can make it through your dark night of the soul. I assume that most of you aren't even facing any, but at least you're wrapping your mind around what this looks like. You're starting to tell your mind, your mind's, the more it sees it, the more it understands it, the more it starts to take it in and be part of it. You know what I mean? It's like college, bro. You're not really going to get it. You're just taking in a lot of information for a long time. You're not really applying it yet. You won't apply it for quite some time. You're just taking it all in. So I understand that if you're at a place where you've been having this battle inside of yourself, but you still can't do it, it's okay. But I also got to point out that, with this full moon, this energy makes it a little bit easier. Just a little. It's not easy. It just gives you a little bit more push to be brave. That Sagittarius is pushing you to be optimistic, which is hopeful, and adventurous, which is impulsive. That's what you'll always hear about a Sagittarius. We're very optimistic and adventurous. What does that mean? We're hopeful and reckless is what it means if you don't have good control over it. Very reckless, very impulsive. How can we be so reckless? Because we have this inner knowing that it's going to be okay. That's optimism. We know that no matter what we do, this adventure, taking this risk will be okay. We're the biggest risk takers because of our optimistic outlook. We can do things, impulsive, reckless decisions because we aren't too afraid of the outcome, because we know no matter what, it will be okay. You don't get to, a Sagittarius is always pushing the limits to where you learn after a while, it'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. You learn it. It becomes a pattern that you see. Everything's okay. No matter how crazy my life gets, it'll be okay. Whatever adventure we get into, you know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing this time. We meet up with these guys in fucking Lancaster, California, which is like 2 hours away from the, you know, it's inland. It's out by Palmdale and shit. Palmdale, come back to me. Sorry, I'm hearing fucking great songs. Anyways, and the dudes are like, let's go to Hollywood. I don't even know where Hollywood is. I haven't been there. I don't even know this dude. I'm hanging out with some chicks we don't know, and we're like, okay. You just go like that? Yeah, I knew it would be okay. No matter what happens, I'll figure it out. And before I left, I called my mom. I was like, I told her to watch the kids for just a little while. I was like, they want to take us to Hollywood. I've never been. And she's like, well, be careful. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, it was this crazy day I could see too. I was walking through the streets of San Diego. This dude, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it happened, but he rolls up on me. Next thing I know, I'm in his car and we're going to Vegas. Really? Yeah. I got stranded up there. I had to find my way back home. It was not... I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I got home. I really don't. I don't know how I got home. Maybe a bus? I don't know how I got home. But I got stranded up there. All by myself. And figure out my way back home. It's like only 8 hours. I think it was a bus ride I got home. I don't know how I got home. I just remembered, like, just... Yep, I was cruising through East Side, and homeboy said, let's go to Vegas. I said, all right. Yeah, I've gotten myself into some really difficult situations, bro. Like, fuck. Why did you do this? And that's where God's got to come in. Oh, God, can you help me? I fucked up, God. Can you please just get me home? God always makes it all right. It's not like he favors the Sagittarius. I'm just saying, it's like, you know, we're by nature going to fuck this up. We're just automatically off the radar, you know, doing shit that people don't be doing. Like, he's got to, you know, take special care with us because we're just not of this world. Fucking beastie and shit. True story. So what I'm saying is, the moon, the Sagittarius moon, is pushing you to be hopeful and impulsive. To make these decisions, you know, from an impulsive place, but also, you know what I mean, with an inner understanding that it'll be okay. And as I always tell you, you know, and that's it too, is like you can always go back. You can always go and beg your way back into the life you had. It always wants you. That's what I said, is even if I call in today, once the managers get back on Monday, they're going to try to keep me. They're not going to just let a girl like me go. That's it too. It's like, and then you'll go back and like, oh man, why did I do this? I should have just stuck to my guns. I knew I didn't want to do this. And that's going back to bad relationships. You knew this wasn't going to work. I mean, I thought I could make it work. I thought I could do better this time. It's not getting any better. Well, that's it. That's all. I hope you get through it. I'm getting through mine, and we'll get through the cards in just a bit. Laters, haters.